Have you ever heard the expression, too many cooks spoil the broth? Well, I'm guessing you're not a cook, and I'm guessing you don't make broths. Well, that expression still applies to you in business. Let me explain. My name is Edward Plant from Lead a Better Business, and I work with business owners to support them lead their business better, to create more freedom, more money, and more time for themselves. So when I was in the Australian Army, this too many cooks spoil the broth syndrome happened far too often, particularly in officer training. So I completed officer training, but then I also ran a number of courses for officers all the way up to the level of major. And what you'd see all the time would be a heap of people who thought they were decision makers getting in and trying to tell everyone else what to do. And what ended up, there were no people actually doing and too many people trying to lead or tell people what to do. So I reckon this happens in business. I reckon this plus a few other tiers happen in your business, but definitely in business overall. So this happens in one of a couple of ways. The first one is when you're mates. It's that time where you've grown your business, it's been a small team, really tight knit, get on well, have a laugh, have beers, social and border on mates. What happens in this level is the business owner leans on those people to help make decisions. They're the sounding board. They're the, hey, what do you think about this thing? Do you think we should do it this way? What do you reckon? And the problems that causes is you basically end up with employees that have all the voice but no skin in the game. They're not invested in the out result because they can just give their opinion and they're not responsible for it. It also gets complicated as the business grows and the business owner attempts to get more discipline, more boundaries, more structure and drive greater results. So that's number one. The second one is when your business has a number of teams. So that could be an admin team, an operations team, a number of operational teams, salesmen, whatever the teams are. What happens in this instance is the teams want to make their own decisions. They want to do what's best for them. So they're doing what's best for them. There's a heap of teams or people getting involved in the decision making, and it turns into a lot of discussion, which can lead to no activity, a heap of great ideas, but no follow through, and it can cause confusion, disruption, and reduce the output and performance of your business. The third one is when you have weak leaders, whether they're in your teams or whether you're guilty of it. And this is where you get people in, or the person gathers a heap of people to get their opinion on what they want to do. They don't want to step on toes. They fall to other people to get their opinion instead of gathering the evidence and making a decision. And these three layers or different levels can cause real problems in your business. Now, of course, there are some levels that you want to emulate or move towards, and I don't really have time for those today, so we won't go into them. I'll post a secondary blog on them. But they're the three levels of challenges that happens in too many cooks spoil the broth syndrome and how they result in your business. The bottom line is if you have too many people getting involved in your decision-making process, it's going to be flawed. So in the Australian Army, we had a clear hierarchy of objectives and who was tasked with what, so that everybody knew what they could make a decision on, what the bigger picture aim was, so that they could help achieve it, and were clearly authorised to different levels. If that doesn't happen in your business, these are some of the reasons why it doesn't happen, but it can cause you problems. At the end of the day, there is a solution, and there's actually quite an easy way to change this paradigm. But if you'd like more information, just reach out and let us know. Send us an email or give us a call. But that's all I've got time for. The too many cooks spoil the broth paradigm. That's Edward Plant from Lead a Better Business, signing off.